The Blackland Prairie of the U.S. At one time, there was as much as 12 million acres of it located in the central portion of the country. Today, there's not too much left. In fact, the largest tract happens to be in southwest Arkansas with nearly 5,000 acres here at Grandview Prairie Wildlife Management Area. And it's where we'll begin this week's show. Then we'll take you to the picturesque remote mountain setting of Shady Lake in the Ouachita National Forest near Mena. And we'll close it out with all the wildlife at Millwood Lake north of Texarkana. So for now, let's explore the Blacklands here at Grandview Prairie. So just what exactly are the Blacklands and why are they called that? Well, it all has to do with what a prehistoric sea left behind.
70 million years ago was the Cretaceous period, and that was the time that everybody knows as the time of the dinosaurs. Well, here at Grandview, this area was once covered by a small shallow sea, a warm shallow sea, and that sea receded back eventually to the Gulf of Mexico, and what it left behind was lots of fossils, and those fossils are of marine animals that were here, of the mosasaurs, the plesiosaur, and there was both the long-necked plesiosaur and the short-necked plesiosaur, and there was also oysters or bivalves, the animals that had the two parts, and there was the Ager ostrea and the Exogyra ponderosa gigantica, and both of those existed during that time, and they ate plankton. The mosasaurus was a marine reptile, and him and the plesiosaur were both apex predators. They were at the top of their food chain. We actually have the paddle foot of the short-necked plesiosaur and a vertebra of the long-necked plesiosaur and several of the vertebrae of the mosasaurus. And those have all been identified and placed back 70 million years ago when this area was covered by that water. So when this ancient sea
receded, and what was left was this black clay soil then?
Yes. What happened is that because it was that salty water, a lot of that calcium is in that soil, and it left a thick black gumbo-y soil, and we call it gumbo because it does stick to your feet. When it's wet, it's very wet, and when it's dry, it's just completely dry and has no moisture whatsoever.
Caddo Indians inhabited this region from 800 AD until European settlers arrived in the late 1600s. Evidence of their existence remained, such as their pottery and this temple mound.
When the Caddo Indians were here, they took care of the land. They allowed it to burn if a fire started. They actually did some burning, and that allowed it to regenerate itself. But over the years, as people began to farm and people began the industry and people began to move into more of the prairie areas, it took it away. And then people that are farming and in the cattle ranching industry, they wanted more of the grasses like Bahia and Johnson grass and Dallas grass. And so because of that, that took away a lot of the prairie land, because in the beginning we had 12 million acres, and now it's nowhere near that left.
And you do a comparison of that to school kids too.
Yes, we tell them that if you had a man that was 6 feet tall and he represented all the prairie land that we once had, all that would be left was just his pinky nail.
And as the Caddo Indians did in present day as well, using fire is the key in restoring the prairie.
Fire burns out and kills all the invasive plants and allows the prairie plants to come back each year.
And that's what you do in present day too.
Yes, and that's what our Wildlife Management Division does. Their main goal right now is to restore the prairie back to its natural state, because over time, through farming and industry, most of the prairie has been wiped out, and it's the place where lots of different animals live, like the bobwhite quail and the white-tailed deer and the eastern wild turkey. And there are several hawks and sparrows that need the prairie, and without it, they won't be able to survive. So wildlife management's goal is to restore the prairie back to its natural state. And one of their management tools is fire. And by burning out all of the invasive plants, the Johnson grass and Dallas grass, because there was a period after the Indians and after the plantation period where it was just a cattle ranch and a hunting lodge. And so all of those grasses were planted here. And so now their goal is to get those out and allow the prairie plants to come back. And the first time they burned, what happened was they burned through it and they weren't sure what was going to be the result of it, but prairie plants have the ability to lay dormant under the soil, and when an opportune time came, they were able to come back.
The wildflowers alone are well worth your visit here to the Grandview Prairie.
The peak bloom is right in about the middle of April, beginning of May, is when you'll see purple cone, the pale purple coneflower, the compass plants, the butterfly milkweed, the spider milkweed, the showy beard's tongue, and all of those are in bloom, and it's just beautiful to, it's like a carpet of wildflowers.
Excellent fishing as well can be found on 2 lakes at this wildlife management area. So explore the last of America's Blacklands here at Grandview Prairie near Hope, and discover for yourself why this too is one of those last great places on earth that needed to be preserved for future generations. Just another example of what used to make up the America of yesteryear. Deep in the Ouachita National Forest, not too far from Mena, is one of those special areas that was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps back in the 1930s. This area is called the Shady Lake Recreation Area. Shady Lake is way down there, deep in the valley. It's an area that's full of things to see and do. So let's get started. The Shady Lake Recreation Area is located a little more than 20 miles southeast of Mena. Take Highway 246 west from Athens for 2 miles, then turn right on Shady Lake Road for 3 miles. Yes, even the name itself sounds inviting, Shady Lake. And what more could you ask for in a remote mountain setting like this, with practically no crowds if you come during the week? As you can tell by the swimming area, you literally have the entire place to yourself. And we shot this segment, by the way, in the middle of July. The spillway is my favorite area. The fishing here is great, and the boulder-strewn stream offers just a wonderful setting for simply sitting and relaxing, if nothing else. Now, speaking of fishing, 25-acre Shady Lake itself is excellent for catfish, brim, and largemouth bass. And not to worry, you won't be annoyed by large, loud boats. Only electric motors are permitted. And after you land that big lunker, you can go back to your campsite, of which there are 65, and fry them up for supper. 21 of the camping units have water and electricity. And did I mention, at the pavilion, you'll find warm water showers and ping pong facilities. So how's that for a remote mountain setting? Yep, the CCC sure knew how to build them. After supper, and after it's cooled down a bit, you may want to try out one of 3 hiking trails. There's the half-mile interpretive trail, which is fantastic for kids because the information signs along the way explain how the forest was formed and describe the relationships between weather, rocks, soil, and the plants growing in the area. My favorite part of this trail is going by the historic bridge that was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps. For a little bit longer trek, there's the 3.2-mile Shady Lake Trail, which will take you all around the area. And if that's still not enough for you, the 6.5-mile Tall Peak Trail will eventually take you to Tall Peak and to a restored CCC fire tower. If hiking isn't your thing, you can also get to this tower by taking Shady Lake Road up the mountain and turning left when you reach the top. Needless to say, the view from up here is breathtaking. The Shady Lake Recreation Area in the Ouachita National Forest. Translation: here you can get away from it all without sacrificing some of the creature comforts of home. The Millwood Lake area north of Texarkana is regarded as one of the best birding regions in Arkansas, not to mention other wildlife. In fact, it's a favorite spot with many wildlife photographers, including ours. So let us show you what we're talking about. Millwood being a shallow lake and full of submerged timber, it is first and foremost a fishing hotspot that's known nationwide.
Well, basically, Millwood is a fishing lake, so we get a lot of anglers that come here. The bass fishing is good, the crappie fishing is great, the catfishing is good. It's not a swimming lake, so basically the people who come here come in the spring and they come in the fall when the fishing is really good.
Along with the fish and fishermen, there are other anglers. With an abundance of food and varied habitats, multitudes upon multitudes of birds are attracted year-round to Millwood Lake.
We've got opportunities for birding. We've got probably 300 species of birds here, and we even have more birds in the winter when the migration takes place. We have lots of species of birds here, and this is the place to come if you want to see them. The area behind me here is just literally filled with shorebirds, wading birds, and other birds that migrate in for the winter.
I guess popular here, just by looking around, are those egrets, the great egrets.
The great egrets are pretty much here year-round. We also have Canada geese that are here year-round, great blue herons, several other species of birds. Again, in the wintertime, though, of course, that's when the pelicans come. The pelicans, the cormorants, the anhingas, they're here.
Millwood Lake and the surrounding area is indeed a mecca for birds, and it's the variety that will impress you. Of the 380 species of birds recorded in Arkansas, at least 333 have been seen at or near Millwood. And with the lake's location being in the far southwest corner of the state, it's also a hot spot for Gulf Coast wanderers. So, with all the numbers and variety of birds here at Millwood, it would probably be a safe bet to say that any bird seen in Arkansas might be seen here at one time or another, plus numerous ones never seen elsewhere in the state. We mentioned earlier about the other wildlife here at Millwood. Not too far off one of the state park hiking trails, white-tailed deer can be seen all along the shoreline. In late spring and summer, if you hang around long enough at the park areas near the dam, primarily River Run East, you may be able to spot a common but seldom seen creature of Millwood Lake, as the need for oxygen summons the large black head to the surface. We're talking about the largest reptile in the U.S., the American alligator. We said Millwood is a fishing hotspot. Well, the catch of the day this particular day definitely belonged to our gator friend. Also, proof of the size fish there are indeed in this lake. But we saved the best for last. What? There's more, you ask? Oh yes. If you happen to be around Millwood Lake at day's end, then it's time to head out to one of the overlooks, such as Beard's Bluff Overlook, for one reason.
Excellent sunsets, and even before sunset, I mean, it's just, it's a very picturesque area. And you can go to some of the overlooks and you can see the lake is 29,500 acres, and you can see a lot of it from some of the overlooks.
Yes, by not sticking around until sunset, you'll definitely be missing out on one of the highlights of Millwood Lake. And Beard's Bluff Overlook is the perfect vantage point. So check out all the wildlife opportunities for yourself at Millwood Lake and the surrounding area by the dam. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Just make sure you come either early in the morning or late in the afternoon and evening. And for more on this destination, plus many of our others, and to view our maps or to order a copy of an episode, visit our website, aetn.org/exploring-Arkansas. And we'll see you again the next time for another exciting adventure on Exploring Arkansas.